Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr Chairman. Look, as Associate Transport Minister, I think it's really important for us to understand that the building of the infrastructure certainly has an issue from an economic development and a movement of people perspective. But I think it's also very important to understand that good roads mean better road safety. And the delegation I have as Associate Transport Minister is for road safety. And it's with that in mind that I want to talk about some of the announcements that have been made both through the budget and in particular the most recent announcement by the government that it intends to improve the regional roading network with extra funds from the Future Investment Fund. When we came to office, it's fair to say that after some reductions in the 1980s and 1990s, the road toll effectively flatlined, and it was stubbornly stuck at around 400 per annum. Now, it is true that road vehicle kilometres travelled increased in that period, but we were making no significant inroads into the road toll. And I don't think there is a family in this country that hasn't been affected by the trauma of serious injury or death on our roads. And so it was very pleasing to see that when the Safer Journeys Action Plan was introduced and the 2-year safety strategy under the previous Minister Stephen Joyce was implemented, the effect was nearly immediate. And last year, I'm pleased to report that we had the lowest road toll in this country since 1950. And if one uses the measure of vehicle kilometres travelled, it would have been 1/6 of the road toll of 63 years ago. So we are making progress, Mr Chairman, but I think it's important to reflect on what happens next, and the 2-year action plan has an engineering aspect to it, recognising that human beings, as we are, will make mistakes on the road, and the important thing through Budget 2014 is to ensure that the engineering of those roads is as good as we can afford, that drivers purchase vehicles that are as safe as we can afford. Because I think we have a bit of a mindset issue in this country around road safety that we tend to tolerate or accept that there is going to be a level of death or injury on our roads, and the idea is to try and minimise that. I want to challenge that view. I think that we can, through good roading engineering and good technology with our cars, intelligent transport systems that are not just things of the future, but that are available today, we can, in our lifetime, set a goal of 0 for car-to-car road collisions. And there are already technologies available that will prevent drift in from one lane to another, adaptive cruise control that will slow a car down automatically if the car in front is slowing down. I'm about to make some announcements around electronic stability control, or ESC, to ensure that over the next few years it becomes mandatory for all cars to have it. The Minister of Transport, Jerry Brown, himself has taken a test drive in California of a virtual driverless car, and he, of course, released the Intelligent Transport Systems map, which sets out what those technologies could be both now and in the future. And I think there is a very, very real likelihood that in the not-too-distant future we will be able to say that on our roads in New Zealand the goal is 0 for car-to-car collisions. Now, it is a different thing when one introduces the issue of cycle and motorcycle and truck safety into the discussion. But I'm also pleased to report the Ministry of Transport is looking at and investing in, thanks to Budget 2014, significant investments in safe walking and safe cycling and strategies in combination with ACC to improve motorcycle safety. And there's been plenty of work going on, including in the technology area, to improve truck safety. The introduction, of course, of the very large trucks has reduced the number of truck journeys taken, and but made our economic performance more productive. And I think there are very good strategies at work, but I'm disappointed to note that in the first 6 months of this year we have backslid slightly on our road toll. And I hope that we're able to make that up before the end of this year, because the mistakes that we are making on our roads are the same: distraction, fatigue, seatbelts, speed, drugs and alcohol. We know what causes a death and injury on our road, and we need to continue to redouble our efforts. the engineering and cycle safety and road transport safety elements of this budget, I think, go a significant way towards achieving that goal.
Speaker. I call the honourable member Jamie Lee Ross.
Mr. Speaker, I just briefly want to take a call to say that